Hello everyone, and welcome back to Old School RuneScape, where today we're finally going to be doing the Shilo village quest. So let's go ahead and talk to this guy here. Mosal seems to be looking around cautiously. Run for your life, save yourself, I'll keep them back as long as I can. Why do I need to run? Your very life is in danger. Rashilia has returned and we are all doomed. Rashilia? Who is she? Rashilia is the queen of the dead. She has returned and has brought a plague of undead with her. They now occupy our village and we have them trapped. I warn people like yourself to stay away. What can we do? We're doing all we can to keep the undead at bay. The village is covered in a deadly green mist. If you go into the village, a terrible sickness will befall you. And the undead are even stronger beyond the gates. My guess is that has something to do with the legend of Rashilia. But you would need to talk to the shaman in Taibo Wanai village to get more details about that. I really have to go now and fight these undead. Can I help in any way? I don't think so, Buana, but you may want to consult with Trufitis, the shaman in Taibo Wanai village. He may have some information which could help. Is that all I want to do? I guess so. I'll go see the shaman. Well, that would be helpful, Buana. If you're sure you want to go, you can take a wampum belt to him for me. It will give the shaman Trufitis the story of our problems down here. Are you sure you want to go? Yes, I'm sure, and I'll take the wampum belt to Trufitis. I would be very grateful if you did. Here, take this. Please, can you give it to Trufitis? He may be able to give you extra details on the legends surrounding Rashilia. Good luck! Alright, now I gotta run all the way over to Taibo Wanai. It'll just take me a second. Alright, here we are in Taibo Wanai, and we got Trufitis here in this house. So let's go say hello and see what he has to say about the situation. Oh, there he is. He came outside to greet us. Hello, Buana. This message from Mosal Rai bears bad news. Yes, things do look very bad indeed. What do you know about Rashilia? It's been a long time since I heard that name. Rashilia is the queen of the undead, and a more fearsome enemy you will be unlikely to find. I fear that you bring me news that she has returned to plague us once again. Alas, I know of no weakness that she has. Mosal Rai said something about a legend? Ah yes, there is a legend, but is lost in the mist of antiquity. The last place to hold any detail regarding this mystery was in the temple of Azarun, and that has long since vanished. It crumbled into dust. Do you know anything more about the temple? Not much. I would say that is about it. Even the great priest Zadimus, who built the temple, did not survive. Some say that Rashilia caused the temple to collapse. She was angry at Zadimus for not returning her affections. She was a great sorceress even before they met. Tell me more. I don't know anymore. You're very demanding, aren't you? You know anything more about the temple? Not much. I would say that is about it. Okay, that's the same thing. Okay, I'm going to search for Azarun. What? You must be crazy! That place has passed into myth and legend. It has been buried under rubble for years. It's most likely buried 20 men deep, and that's if you can actually find it. Are you sure you're going to go and look for it? I may be able to do some research into this if you agree, only I don't want to waste my time if you're not serious about this. Yes, I will seriously look for Azarun, and I'd appreciate your help. Okay then, Buana, good luck with your quest, and remember to stock up well with adventuring supplies before setting off. You never know how useful some fairly ordinary things might be when you're adventuring. I'll hold on to this wampum belt for you in the time being. I'll give it back to you when we have completed this quest. Okay, now what? Do I just talk to him again? Hello, Buana. How goes your quest to find Azarun? I don't know where to look. That doesn't surprise me. The only information I have refers to its name, Azarun. Its name means magnificence floating on water. Do you think it was floating on water? It's very doubtful. I suspect it was built to appear as if it was floating on water, perhaps on an island or between large bodies of water. If you search for somewhere like this, you may find something worth investigating. I think that might be all we need. I don't even know if we needed to do that. We probably could have just gone there, but it's more fun if we get a little bit of information, right? Anyway, I kind of know where we're going, vaguely. It's been many years since I've done this quest. I think, and I could be wrong, that we need to cross the river. So that is what we will do. It feels good to go back and get some old quests out of the way. I'm planning to do some more here and there. I want to kind of mix old quests with new quests going on, instead of just doing new quests mostly. Alright, it should be down here somewhere. Maybe it's this? That definitely looks like a thing. Yep, a mound of earth. Now, do we search it, or do we use a spade on it, or what? Okay, so we'll try this. Yes. Alright, we've got a fissure. And now we put our rope on it. Oh, we have to, like, use a candle? Okay, we drop the candle in there. And now we use a rope. If we're tying the rope up here, I don't know why we needed to see down at the bottom, but okay. Alright, well, let's hop on in, I guess. Oh, the freaky forester doesn't want us to go in there. Let me take care of this real quick. Yeah, never say no to a free lamp. Anyway. Yes, there's a rope there. How do I use it, though? Okay, you had to search instead of look. Whatever, game. Alright, now we're in here. Okay, we got undead ones. I don't think we need to do anything with them. They're violent, but not relevant, as far as I know. I'm suspecting right now we just want to run through here, although we might need to look at some stuff now that I think about it. If there's a look option, you should probably look. Just saying. Oh, it might be useful with some adjustment. Can I use, like, the wire on it or something? No. Okay, I don't know what the deal is with the table. Let me figure it out. Okay, right, I remember this now. This is one of those extremely convoluted puzzles that would have been really frustrating to do without a guide. Because first you gotta break off a piece of this rock here, and then this guy attacks, and while he attacks, I'm gonna figure out what to do next. We have to search a cave-in, which is right here. Yeah, I'll wiggle through, I guess. Okay, here we are in this place. Now, what is in this place? I don't know. What is in this place? We need to head north until we're at the end of some buildings, which is where we're at. Search some loose rocks. Ah, there they are. Okay, can you leave me alone for 2 seconds? Fine, I will kill you. I'll even use my special attack on you just for effect. It doesn't really matter. This guy's annoying me. Can I get him stuck on a wall? There we go. Yeah, let's look behind the rocks. Okay, we got a tattered scroll. Berverius. Sure, we'll read it. That is a lot. I'm not reading all that. Take too long. Alright, well anyway, we got that. Now we want to head southeast until we come to a dead-end branch. In We need to search some sacks next to a table. Ah, there's the sacks. What could be in the sacks? Oh, another scroll. Okay, they're gonna interrupt my attempt to read the scroll. Okay, can I... There we go. I don't know if I have to read these, but I'm gonna read them. Rashelia's rage went unchecked. She killed without mercy for revenge of her son's life. Alright, so now we've got that. Now we need to head north. Alright. And we want to search some ancient gallows. Got it. Oh yeah, look at that. Okay, come on. You guys are just annoying. A human corpse hangs from the noose. I, disagree. Okay, how do I... Oh, we gotta search. Another one of those look at, search things. I'm glad they stopped doing that. An old sack to put the skeleton in. It doesn't look like it's in a sack. Alright, so now what do we do? So now we need to go back to the smashed table. I see, the table's a raft. I remember that. Alright, here we are back at the table. Oh, there's a craft option. I would like to turn it into a crude raft. It already looked seaworthy. I mean, that is quite a situation. My sailing level's probably going to go up from this. Yeah, look at that skill. That was quite a thing, wasn't it? Alright, well anyway, we're supposed to go back to True Fittest. And I also, once I get away from these joggers, need to read the stone plaque real quick. Okay, that was apparently it. Can't actually read it. Anyway, let's get back there. Alright, and here we are once again with True Fittest. Now, I believe we need to use all of our special items on him. Alright, can you decipher this, please? This is an ancient artifact. I can certainly try. Incredible. It seems very ancient and mentions something about Zadimus and Azarun. It says, "Here lies the traitor Zadimus. Let his spirit be forever tormented." If you find anything else that you need help with, please just let me know. Alright, he's probably going to explain all these scrolls to us in a much shorter method than reading them. What do you make of this? Truly amazing, Buana. This scroll must be ancient. I'm not sure if I get more meaning from it than you, though. Perhaps Bervarius's tome is still accessible? Okay, no, he's not gonna recap the note. Have a look at this. Tell me what you think. I am speechless, Buana. This is truly ancient. Where did you find it? In an underground building of some sort. You must truly have found the Temple of Azarun. The scroll gives some interesting details about Rashelia, some things I didn't know before. Anything that can help? Well, just that part about the wards. It may be possible to make a ward like that, but what is the best thing to make it from? Perhaps something close to Bervarius? An item of some significance to him? What do you make of this? Oh, that's incredible. Where did you find it? It's a dead body. I found the corpse in a decomposing gallows. I get a very strange feeling that every time I try to bury the body, which I've never tried. That sounds very strange. I sense a spirit in torment. You should try to bury the remains. Is there any sacred ground around here? The ground in the center of the village is very sacred to us. Maybe you could try there? Alright, so I think it's next to the tribal statue, which, you know, makes sense. So let's go over here and bury that corpse. Alright. We got a ghost. He actually looks pretty cool. You have released me from my torture, and now I shall aid you. You seek to dispel the one who tortured and killed me. Remember this, I am the key, but only kin may approach her. Alright, we got a bone shard. I guess, do we need to go show Trufidus the bone shard? I don't know, that's what we've done with everything else. Could you have a look at this, please? It looks like a simple shard of bone. Why do you think it is significant? It appeared when I buried Zadimus's corpse. Ah, interesting. So you think that Zadimus gave you the bone? What makes you say that? He said something after he gave it to me. What did he say? The spirit says something about keys and kin? Maybe it's a clue of some kind. Rashelia's only kin was a son, Burvarius. His remains were entombed in a small island which lies to the southwest. I will do some research into this to see if I can find any other details. But I think we must take Zadimus's clue literally and get some item that belonged to Burvarius, as it may be the only way to approach Rashelia. Perhaps something like this exists in his tomb? Alright, is his tomb that island with the bridge? I don't actually know. But we can go find out, I guess. Alright. It's right around here somewhere. I mean, it's southwest and it's an island. I don't know what other island it could possibly be. Yep, this island here. Alright, I have confirmed it is this island, which, you know, I knew that, but I wanted to confirm anyway. This is one of those things, this bridge. So usually you get all the way over it, sometimes you fail it over and over. We succeeded. Alright, so we need to search some rocks somewhere, I think. There we go. Well-stacked rocks. Really, they look like pretty normal rocks to me. Yes, I would love to crawl into this dank hole. Alright, there we go. Spooky jungle. We're unlocking some classic music. Alright. Got a lot of items. Okay, let's read the Burvarius notes. Oh gosh, there's 3 of them? Okay, so this is telling me where the place is. What's this one gonna say? Crystals that glowed brightly. With power of a spiritual nature is expended on it. Okay. Well, I kind of know that we got to do this. We get some bone beads, and then we do this. And we get the beads of the dead, which I'm going to assume I need to wear. I don't actually know. How do I get out of here? Just climb here? Seems that way. Alright, I think that's all we got to do. Now we need to head to the Tomb of Rashelia, and I actually think there's a shortcut we can take. Now that I think about it, there's also a fairy ring right there, but whatever. This way I don't have to cross the bridge. This is why I have my Draymond staff, so that we can take shortcuts as needed. Alright, but we need to head to DKP. Alright, DKP, south of Musa Point. Alright, so it's somewhere in the general area of the Shai Kahan. It's probably this palm tree that can be searched, if I had to guess. An ancient doorway. Oh yeah, I see it. I get to the doors? It needs a key. Can we use the bone shard as a key? I don't know. It doesn't fit. Is it the beads of the dead? I don't know. I'm pretty sure you get to keep those after the quest. No? Okay, I need to figure out what I'm doing here. Alright, I thought this might be the solution. I probably should have just tried it. There we go, the bone key. This is an item I always end up keeping in my bank forever. Bone key, go! It's weird that you enter from the top. Alright, you just ignore that other area. We don't see that. Alright, so... I guess we gotta climb down some rocks. Good, it's just one click. Alright, so where are we going in here? We got some coins. Very nice. Logically, to me, I would say you head in this general direction. Yeah, that does seem to be where we head. Okay, it's... Come on, not this again. Well, let me get this equipped. Okay, I defeated the guy, now I'm suddenly taking damage. There's 3 recesses for bones. So I think that's what my bones are for. Yeah, be very careful to not bury these bones. Alright. The door changes. There's skeletal warriors that are going to attack. Or something. I don't know. Alright, let's look at this. Is this where the boss fight is? Yes, it is. Disaster Rule. He's the boss. But he shouldn't be too difficult, really. That's why I only brought 3 food, and that was just if something crazy happened. Because I feel like my armor is pretty good. I mean, it's not that good, but it's good enough for a quest that requires, like, 45 combat. I guess something I should mention is I did finally get a Slayer helmet, because they refunded some Slayer points. Oh, Disaster Rule. He falls to the ground, and then he turns into a giant Disaster Rule. But yeah, so I finally have a Slayer helmet, which is nice, because, you know, that way I can just always have the Black Mask effect, and not have to worry about Banshees or, whatchamacallit, Dust Devils or any of those. But I'm not wearing it outside of Slayer because it doesn't have that good of stats, really. Better than nothing, but, you know. Alright, this time he's definitely dead, right? Nope, now he's a ghost. Another cool-looking ghost, though. He's gonna get the special attack for special effect. Mostly just because I need something to do during this fight. Alright. Yeah, this was even easier than I expected, and I already expected it to be pretty easy. Alright. Rashilia's curse is upon you. Alright, so we got that. Now, what do we do with that? Okay, so apparently we need to head back to the island, which means the simplest thing to do would be to just do what we did before and teleport over there. Alright, let me see here. Thai CKR. I always have trouble remembering CKR for some reason. I always want to say it's like CI something, but it's definitely not. Anyway, we're heading to Bervarius's tomb, and we are going to lay Rashilia to rest there, which is a preferable situation, apparently. Please don't fall. Alright. Now let's get on down here. Yes, I know. Oh my gosh. Let's get down that hole. Alright, so I think we use it here. It doesn't have a berry option, so we can't do that anyway. You have my gratitude for releasing my spirit. I have suffered a vengeful and evil existence. I was tricked by Zamorak. He returned my son to me as an undead creature. My hatred and bitterness corrupted me. I tried to destroy all life. Now I am released, and am grateful to contemplate eternal rest. And that's quest complete. Not a bad little quest. I like it. It's very classic. When did this quest come out? 2003. Yeah, it does show its age, especially like the investigate search options on everything. Kind of obnoxious in that regard. Sadly, not enough to give us a level or anything, but hey, it's 2 quest points, and now I could use the cart to go to Shilo Village. And we have access to gem rocks in Shilo Village. You know what? Let's head on over to Shilo Village and look around real quick. Alright, here we are, back at Shilo Village. Now, how do we get inside? Do we just climb over? Yep, okay. Just lets us right in. Alright. So yeah, this is Shilo Village. If you're unaware, there's a bank there where there's clue scroll stuff. There's this here, which I never really used Duradel, but he's definitely a classic name in the game. High-level Slayer Master. And then over here, we got other stuff. We got a furnace. We got the gem rocks, which back in 2005, I thought they were really cool. They're kind of boring nowadays, but they were very cool at one point in time. Now, there is a guy somewhere. I think this is the guy that we want to sell our items to. It's not really much money, but I might as well get money for him, right? Impressive necklace there. Here's 1,000 coins for it. Yep, we can get rid of all these items. I'm trying to get over my constant desire to hoard quest items for absolutely no reason. Especially the bone key. On RuneScape 3, I always had the bone key in my bank, and I would always be confused about what it was for. So get rid of that, and I don't even know, what is this locating crystal? Huh. I didn't even use it. I don't even know when I got it. I just had it. Alright, well that's all the items gone. So yeah, that is good old Shilo Village, a place that I don't really visit all that much, but it's good to have access to it nonetheless. If nothing else, it's a quest requirement for things, it's a place for clue scrolls and stuff. It's good to have. But yeah, I'll see you guys in the next episode. Bye!